Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 1 has aired in its entirety, and it's amazing. If you haven't watched it, you must watch the full season. If you've already watched it, go ahead and start rewatching it. Now, waiting for Star Trek Picard Season 3 is absolutely hard. It's like waiting for Star Trek The Next Generation Season 7, Star Trek Generations, the Dominion War to end, Enterprise to get through the Delta Expanse, Voyager to get home. Physically, mentally, emotionally, it's so hard waiting when you know that next episode's available. You want it right now. But when you tell me there's going to be Season 2 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I'm so chill and fly about waiting for that. Maybe it's because Pike and company were reintroduced back to us in Star Trek Discovery Season 2. I'm not sure. You can tell me Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 1 was the best premiere season of any show, and I won't lie, it was great. But however, Star Trek Discovery Season 1 and Season 2 were very rock solid in both, character development, plot, storylines. They brought the Emperor from the Mirror Universe and stole the show, okay? It revived the franchise. So, if you want to give me the best premiere season, 1 and 2, definitely Star Trek Discovery. Let's get into Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 10 episode Quality of Mercy. Captain Pike's bag of trash, Captain Pattycake, arrests Number 1 for violations of Anti-Genetic Modification Directive. It's quite obvious he cares more about Number 1 than he does his bag of trash. Is Pattycake a snitch? Should she be jettisoned out into space with the debris and dead body of the Centurion in Balance of Terror? Yes, she should. I think we'll be seeing more of La'an sooner than later. Kudos to Uhura. Her new job, whether she's an ensign or lieutenant, she is fly. What happens if Pike writes letters to all the cadets and the accident never happens? Anson Mount looks so good in a TOS movie uniform. Well, the Romulans and Klingons, they've never really gotten along. How else would we have gotten Worf? If you expect me to believe the monks of Boros sending Centurion Pike back in time to convince his present self that, saving everybody's not going to work, yeah, I just simply don't buy it, and neither does Number 1. I agree there has to be a way. Her character was so strong, and so was Pike's in Star Trek Discovery Season 2. However, I feel in this first season, Number 1 was very underwritten, and her character really didn't develop as strong as what an Illyrian should have. What she should have. What the leading lady of the franchise should have, right? I think it's more like she's going to marry a changeling and die than, Pike changing the future and his, beep beep boop boop is going to ever hurt anybody. Sorry. By the way, where is the Centurion? His death and extension is my favorite part of Balance and Terror. I do like the helmets, and the commander in Quality of Mercy, he looks familiar. It's quite obvious Kirk and company knew what was coming if you watch Balance of Terror. And speaking of Quality of Mercy, Sam Kirk says, Jim bends the rules, but of course Pike bends time. They've talked so much about Discovery and what happened in Season 1. I'm surprised Control hasn't found Discovery in the 32nd century. Romulan spies aboard the Enterprise. Yeah, okay. Balance of Terror and technically Quality of Mercy follow the two-part menagerie in which Pike ultimately accepts his fate. Maybe. Well, of course we don't see it happening, right? The Romulans accept their fate in both episodes. Pike could have beamed them aboard the Enterprise and then hit it, but he didn't. Instead of creating a reality, Captain Pike will apply the knowledge he has obtained and create a more perfect future for James Kirk and company. The Romulan Fleet and Praetor, they never made it in Balance of Terror. But, what about I still can't figure out where the Centurion went to. Speaking of James C. Kirk, Paul Wesley is obviously a great actor, but I don't see anything Kirk about him. He looks more like a masculine version of Tig Notaro or an adult Wesley Crusher. However, Ethan Peck does an awesome job of Nimoy's version of Spock. You gotta love it. Okay, let's assume that Spike does mind meld with Captain Pike. Sarek, of course, mind melds with Jean-Luc Picard before he dies, and then Jean-Luc Picard mind melds with Spock. Ultimately, you would wonder what Jean-Luc Picard knows from all these mind melds. I love Pike's intro, Space, the Final Frontier. But, by bar 15, when the bass and the percussion, they get really heavy, it's just too heavy. And the final chord progression, it's just too much. I hope they rewrite the theme to, make it more balanced with the space vehicle itself and Pike's mission. If you listen to Orville, their theme song even matches their mission. So, make it all balanced and sound you know, good. Have fun.